Welcome to the Six-Man Show Postgame Live presented by Rock'em. What a night. A huge win. Biggest win of the season for the Magic. Don't you just love the NBA? 48 hours ago, we're all just wallowing in our sorrow and our pity because this team, kind of dropped the ball in Charlotte against a really bad team. And you turn around tonight, be a much better Bulls team, but not only that, considering the implications around the league, the games that were happening around you, this was a gigantic game. We talked about it on Friday, and this team answered the call. 113-98 over the Chicago Bulls. And yes, that does mean that your Orlando Magic currently sit as the 3 seed in the Eastern Conference. Not just sitting as the 3 seed. Like, we're not, tied or, no. We have a half-game lead right now on the 3 seed. Now, obviously, the Knicks and the Bucks are playing right now as we speak. Last I checked, the Bucks were ahead by double digits. So we'll see what happens there. But it doesn't matter how that game ends. If New York wins or Milwaukee wins, doesn't matter. The Orlando Magic are going to go to sleep tonight as the 3 seed. Just let that, just sit, let that marinate right now, guys. Are you kidding me? 46-32, the 3 seed in the Eastern Conference with 4 games to go. What do you do with that? Are you kidding me? That's crazy. Oh, my goodness. I cannot wait to talk about this game with you guys. Welcome to the show. This is the Six-Man Show Postgame Live. It's presented by Rock'em. Rock'em is the world's largest sock store, and they're located in Orlando. They make awesome gear for your favorite teams, not just the Magic and the NBA, but also NHL, college, NFL, and also non-sports things like Harry Potter, Disney, Marvel, all kinds of fun stuff like that. So we're super big fans of Rock'em, and I've said this a couple times now for the last several weeks. Now is the time, folks. If you want to get some Rock'em gear, which, by the way, they got a new pair of boxers here, Rock'em gear before the playoffs, now's your time. Rock'em ships them fast, so you got some time, but hey, might as well now. Order it now, get geared up for the playoffs. They're right around the corner. We're going to talk about Magic numbers in a second, and I'll give you a hint. The Magic number is really low tonight. Really low because of this win and Miami's loss earlier. So, but yeah, these stuffed boxers, which I have over my shoulder, and then, obviously the Play the Song socks, which are awesome, as well as all kinds of other fun stuff. But yeah, definitely check them out at rock'em.com. They're big Magic fans over there. They're big supporters of the Six-Man Show. We love those guys. So, but when you do shop at rock'em.com, just use that code MAGIC20 because it'll get you 20% off your order at rock'em.com, and it helps out the Six-Man Show as well. So big shout out to Rock'em for sponsoring the show all season long. Oh my gosh, I'm fired up. That was a huge win, guys. It was huge. We got a super chat here from Luis Rosario. It says, "You can't stop Paolo. You can only hope to contain him." Yes, sir. Thank you so much for that super chat. Paolo, loved what we saw from him tonight. Absolutely loved it. Especially after he got his 5th foul and how he just he said, yeah, that's an unfortunate call. Tough call. But I'm going to take that and I'm going to use it for fuel to put this game away, which is exactly what he did. Really, really, really freaking exciting, man. I can't believe it. All right. Before I go to the chat, before I do anything else, I'm going to go back to the standings. Normally I do this at the end. Excuse me. But because of how momentous and monumental and all the words for tonight's win, I want to go through the scenario for you because this is huge. All right. This was the biggest win by a mile this season. Okay. And here's why. Obviously, puts you in the 3 seed. Why are you in the 3 seed now? Earlier today, the Cleveland Cavaliers lost to the LA Clippers in LA. The Cavs had a 26-point lead in that game. They led by 26 and lost. Crazy. Okay. So the Cavs lost. That puts you up at 3. Then you won. Now you have that half-game lead. Let's go down here. Indiana beat Miami earlier today. That's huge. Why? Because that increases the gap between you and Miami. You are now 3 games ahead of both Miami and Philadelphia. What does that mean? Miami and Philadelphia both have 4 games remaining. They both have 4 games remaining. And in fact, Philadelphia is playing one of their games right now as we speak. They're down right now to the San Antonio Spurs. They have 4 games remaining. If the Miami Heat / Philadelphia 76ers go 4-0, if they win all of their remaining games, they can hit 47 wins. The Orlando Magic do not own the tiebreaker with those teams. So if they get 47 wins and those two teams get 47 wins, the Magic, they don't own that tiebreaker. So the Magic have to get to 48 wins to finish ahead of those two teams. If those teams go 4-0. So what that means is the magic number is now 2. The magic number is 2 for the Orlando Magic. That means 2 Magic wins, or 2 Heat and 76ers losses, or a combination of the both. The magic number for the playoffs and the division is now 2 games. 2 games. I can't. I'm struggling to believe that. Struggling to believe it. It's kind of crazy. But here we are. This is where we are. It's wild. All right, guys, let's go to the chat. I've held you off long enough. I'm just still in disbelief when I look at those standings. It's kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. Jeremy says, Mark Curry, Fultz, and Caleb Houston. Love that. Love that. That's amazing. Ikaru says, great win. That's how you answer runs from another team. I love this. This team tonight, kind of similar to the Charlotte game, but in reverse. Like the Magic on Friday went on several runs to make the games close, but Charlotte every time had a response. Tonight was the opposite. Magic got off to the great start, like Charlotte did. Got a nice double-digit lead on multiple occasions, and then multiple times Chicago tried to get back into it. And they did it in the fourth quarter especially. They got it down to, 6, 5, something like that. But credit to the Magic, every time they had an answer. Every time. It was huge. Very mature win for this team. You love to see that. Seth says the refs look good in those Bulls jerseys tonight, but it still did not matter. So that's amazing. So funny. I'm Jovi says Cavs lost. Yes. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. I'm Jovi says, hate Joe Ingles being such a liability on defense and then literally taunting every basket he makes. Like, why get a tech when every point matters? Yeah, I normally don't have a problem with Joe's antics, but obviously a situation like that tonight, come on. Come on, Joe. Can't be that obvious about it, bro. We need every point. Every game matters, but whatever. He was still good, though, tonight. Really big fan of Joe. On nights like tonight. Rom says, play the song. You know we're going to play the song. After a night like this, come on, let's go. Let's go. Let's freaking go, man. I'm so excited for the playoffs. Guys, you got to understand, 1 week from today is the end of the regular season. Magic hosts the Bucks. The last home game of the season, by the way. I mean, not the last home game. This was the last home game before that is what I meant. Anyway, regular season ends 1 week from today. The playoffs start 13 days from today. Saturday, April 20th, the playoff starts. It's crazy. We are so close. I cannot believe it. Crazy. Soul Train says the Magic are in third. Hope the Cavs fall to 6 so we get a Magic Cavs series. At this point, Cleveland, Indiana, I'll take either one. On paper, Indiana's the hotter team right now, obviously. I mean, Cleveland is just a disaster right now. Cleveland is 3-7 in their last 10, while Indy is 7-3 in their last 10. Part of that is Donovan Mitchell, coming back. And today, I don't think he played today because he was the second night of a back-to-back. But either way, I'm not scared of Indy. Can they beat us? Of course. But I think it'd be a good series. Cleveland, I think, has the weapons that scare me more. But right now, obviously, they're just not playing good basketball. Oh, man. Skipping down here a little bit. Oh, Warp 10 says, leaving the game right now. Man, that crowd was electric tonight. Proud of my boys for bouncing back after that shambles in Charlotte. Yeah, that was a mess in Charlotte. Loved how they bounced back tonight. From the opening tip, this team had all the energy, all the effort, all the hustle, and just made more plays than Chicago. Love to see it. Luis Rosario says, we are almost 4 years ahead of the process. The future looks so bright, we need to wear shades. Hey, it's crazy, man. We're doing this with a 21 and 22-year-old and another 22-year-old as our 3 best players. Crazy. Matthew says, Jet Howard 3. Let's go. Wasn't that beautiful? I'm so excited to see Jet Howard on this team next season. I'm so excited. I can't wait. I think he's going to be great. Jory B says, Fultz finally coming along just in time for the playoffs. Man, he's been great the last 2 games. Shout out to Markel. Soul Train, yeah, we're going to look at the spreadsheet here in a second. It says Cavs play the Pacers Friday. That's a big one. That is a huge one. Soundbank Beats says, what happened to J.I.? So J.I. missed Friday's game because of back spasms. Played the first half of this game, and then I think it was at halftime they announced he wouldn't return because of, I think they just called it a sore back, which, implies that it's, kind of hangover from the back spasms from Friday. So again, back spasms, we talked about this on Friday. Back spasms can be a very difficult injury. Like it can be recurring. And so hopefully they can get it under control. At this point, like, I don't want to rush J.I. back. Obviously, we want to clinch the playoffs, but I'd rather have a healthy J.I. in the playoffs than try to rush him back and then we don't have him in the playoffs. Yeah, he's so big for this team in the playoffs. He's going to be. We cannot afford to lose him before that. Luca Lele says, what a beautiful night. Worth staying up in the UK for. Thank you, Paul George and the Clippers too. Paul George was a maniac in that second half this afternoon. Crazy. Antok says, happy 407 day. Yes, happy 407 day to all my fellow Central Floridians out there. The city beautiful. Love Central Florida. Great place. Happy 407 day. Everett Marshall says, Jet Howard outscored Gary Harris. Give him some minutes in the last 4 games. That shot was so wet. Yeah, it was beautiful. Beautiful. Brian says, is Franz okay? Yeah, good point. Franz leaves this game with, an ankle injury. It's a little concerning because Franz has had multiple ankle injuries over the last, couple seasons. Obviously, the one this season held him out for the most he's ever missed in his career, his NBA career. And obviously, the timing is terrible because, like I said, playoffs start in just 13 days. But fortunately, they don't start in 3 days. It's 13 days. It's a lot of time. And so, like Jonathan Isaac, don't want to rush him back. Obviously, we really want to clinch before we start resting guys. But yeah, hopefully he's okay. X-rays were negative, so that's good. But we'll find out. We'll find out a little more tomorrow, I'm sure. Didalo says, got the W. Play the song. Yes, let's go. Let's see. What is that? Okay, yeah, this is true. Red Light Podcast. I don't know how you know this. You must be affiliated with them. But yeah, Jonathan Osborne, host of the 6-Man Show, is going to be on 1010 XL on Sunday on the show Open Gym with RJ Saunders. Yeah, that's true. Jonathan's going to be recording with them. I believe it's a Jacksonville-based radio station. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. But yeah, Jonathan and I were talking about that earlier. So that'll be cool. But yeah, speaking of which, guys, it is Sunday, which means right now, as we speak, Jonathan and Luke are recording tomorrow's episode of the 6-Man Show. And so you definitely don't want to miss that. Jonathan and Luke will break down this game, all the hype around it, and obviously break down what it means for the rest of the season. They'll look ahead to the games this week, which, I mean, every game's huge right now at this point. But, man, love to see that. Jeremy Elias says, sweep. You love to see it. Love to see that. Lucius Jari, this is a great point. Says 9 of 9 free throws in the first half and 16 of 17 for the game is impressive. It is huge. Huge. Santi says, Markel shooting the 3 a little now, ramping up the playoffs. 3rd place. Let's go. Matthew says, Jingles saves the game. Jingles had that big 3 in the corner that kind of almost felt like the dagger, pretty much. It was awesome. Awesome. Skipping ahead here, Armin says, since we split the season series with Cleveland, if we have the same record as them at the end of the season, how do they determine the tiebreaker? Great question. Very important question. First off, Armin, congratulations. You're going to win our Patreon tournament challenge, bracket challenge that we did, because you're already in the lead and you have UConn winning, so no matter what happens, no one had Purdue winning. So Armin's going to win the Fanatics gift card. So shout out to Armin, one of our patrons. If you're not a member of our Patreon, obviously check us out at patreon.com/The6Man Show. We get to do all kinds of fun things with our awesome patrons who help financially support the show. And Armin is one of those, one of the OGs, been doing this since day one pretty much. And he is going to be the winner of our bracket challenge. But anyway, back to your very important question. Since we split the season series with Cleveland, what's the tiebreaker? First tiebreaker is head-to-head. Like you said, we split it. That goes out the window. Second tiebreaker is division leader. Or winner, division winner, okay? So the Cavs right now are not going to catch up to the Bucks, more than likely. I mean, they're 2 games back, but obviously Bucks are playing right now. It looks like Milwaukee's going to win the Central Division. The Orlando Magic are 2 wins away from clinching the Southeast Division. Therefore, the head-to-head tiebreaker of division winner would go to the Magic. So that is how the first tiebreaker after head-to-head goes, is division winner. So, booyah, big time. After division winner, division winner is the tiebreaker for not just those, but if it's a 3-way tie, let's say it's Orlando, New York, Cleveland, or whatever, also division winner. So there we go. One more thing about this. Sorry. Let's say the Magic and the Bucks end up tied, right? Right now, Milwaukee leads the season series. No, it's tied. It's 1-1, right? It's 1-1. It's 1-1. Yeah, 1-1. We play them twice. So let's say we split the last 2 games against Milwaukee. Let's say it's 2-2. Season series tied. Let's say our record is tied. And they're both division winners, right? The very next tiebreaker is conference record. And so if I come over here to the standings and look at the conference record, right now we are just 1 win behind them. 2 losses, but 1 win behind them, okay? So Milwaukee has to do some losing this week to make this possible, but it's still possible. It's still very possible that the Magic and Bucks could be tied, and then it comes down to conference record. Right now, Milwaukee would have the advantage, but lots of games to go, and we'll see. So that's my long explanation about the tiebreakers. HD says, great win, go Magic from the Philippines. Hey, thanks so much for watching from the Philippines. Appreciate that. Always appreciate our viewers from all around the world, local or abroad. All right, we got to skip down here a little bit. Let's see. And Saunders says Heat took an L2. Absolutely. You love to see that. Big time. Michael Lynch says, sweep the Bulls, 3 seed, great win, go Magic, hit the like, maniacs. Thanks, Kevin. Thank you, Michael, for watching / listening from over in Ireland. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. And yes, there's over 150 of you hanging out here tonight. Thanks for being with us. And if you are hanging out with us tonight, please hit that like button. We are down to the wire here at the end of the season. We want as many Magic fans to find our show as possible so that more Magic fans can hang out together. The 6-Man Show exists to grow this Magic fan base. And so the more people that like this show and everything we put out here on YouTube, the more Magic fans have a better chance of finding us on YouTube. So definitely thank you, Michael, for that reminder. Hit that like button. If you're brand new here, just so you know, we are the 6-Man Show. We're an Orlando Magic podcast. We put out episodes every Monday and Thursday, and we have this show right here live on YouTube after every single Orlando Magic game. So if you're new around here, you like Magic content, hit that subscribe button. And of course, leave a like. Franz Boogie says, love you guys. Franz, love you too, man. Thanks for hanging out with us. Chris says we need Franz no matter what. Yeah, absolutely. Nathan says Magic to the moon. Let's go. Luz Rosario says wearing my new stuff boxers. No way. That's amazing. Thanks so much for doing that. Supporting Rock'em and supporting the 6-Man Show. Do you believe in says moment of silence to recognize and respect our free throw percentage? Love that. Yeah, we'll look at some of our stats here very, very, very shortly. Fab says DeRozan made me sweat in the fourth quarter. You and me both, man. That dude's crazy. Crazy, man. When he gets going, look out. Didala says, no easy win on the Magic schedule, though. We need Franz and J.I. to be all right. 100%. 100%. Oh, man. Lots of people talking about hoping that Franz is okay. Yeah. Sante says, looking more like an indie matchup is likely. Yeah. But if the Cavs keep falling apart here and they play each other on Friday, there's a chance the Cavs fall to 6. Like, the Cavs are a mess. Again, 26-point lead they choked away today. That's crazy. You know how demoralizing that is? Oof, I can't imagine. Ryan says that loss for the Hornets is a distant memory now after tonight. Isn't that crazy? It's wild. I love the NBA. 48 hours later, boom, everything changes. Nathan Rivera says, y'all sleeping on that like button. Should be at 100 likes already. 100%. Thank you, Nathan. Yeah, everybody, please hit that like button. All right, couple more from the chat. Oh, wait, we got a super chat. I missed it earlier. Sammy says, what about that Jet 3 at the end of the game? Absolutely. Love to see that. Thank you so much for that super chat. It was pure. Isn't that so exciting to have a guy like that waiting in the wings, just waiting his turn to play with his team next year? It's amazing. Amazing. Let's see here. Look, Lily says, thank you again, Bulls, for the trade. Isn't that awesome? Wendell, had a couple nice plays tonight. Jet Howard gets the 3 tonight. Franz, plays well before, obviously going out hurt. But the 3 guys that the Bulls helped us acquire, just, contributing to a big win tonight. You love to see that. Love to see that. The only hero says Magic versus Pacers in the first round will be ideal in the playoffs, in my opinion. Hope it stays like this. Me too. That's what I prefer too. Magic Pacers, I think, gives the Magic the best shot at advancing. I also love being a 3 seed because that means you don't play Boston in the second round. If you can be the 3 seed, and let's say Milwaukee does end up the 2 seed, which seems the most likely, obviously. Milwaukee, what a mess they've been lately. Imagine playing them in the second round. I'm just saying, if Jonathan Isaac is healthy, you get him to go against Giannis. You're not going to stop Giannis, but you got a chance to slow him down. And then the rest, you never know. Amazing. Oh, man. Okay. Corey says, let's pause to appreciate that in 1 year, we went from being bottom of the league to third best in the East and a spot in the playoffs. Dynasty in the making. Go Magic and happy 407 day. Isn't that crazy? 2 years ago right now, we were sitting here talking about hoping that we would get the number 1 pick in the draft. And we did, which was an amazing moment, right? And 2 years later, we're sitting here as the 3 seed, 14 games above 500 on April 7th with 4 games to go in the season. I'm just feeling grateful, guys. I'm feeling grateful. Job's not done. We got a long way to go. But it's crazy. I'm grateful. I'm super grateful. I'm just kind of beside myself at this point. Lots of people saying, unleash Jet, turn on the Jets. If you're missing it, excuse me, why Isaac played 5 minutes. J.I. didn't play in the second half because he had back spasms on Friday and they ruled him out the rest of the game tonight because of a sore back. So we'll see. All right, guys, let's take a look at this box score. Some pretty interesting things. That's not the box score, but I don't mind looking at the standings. It's pretty beautiful. Franz gets 16 points in 20 minutes tonight, 5 of 20 from the field. Still not hitting the 3, but did go 5 of 5 from the free throw line. 4 boards, 3 assists, and a steal. No turnovers. Great night for Franz. Obviously, the issue being the injury that held him out. We did get a super chat here from Shane. He says, play the song, Go Magic. I don't know why this does this. There we go. Play the song, Go Magic. Love that. Thanks, Shane, for that super chat. And, of course, play the freaking song. Let's go. Paolo tonight, I mean, maybe didn't shoot the ball the best, obviously. It wasn't bad, but, 1 of 5 from 3, not great. But 8 of 17 from the field, was 7 of 8 from the line. So how about that? Paolo and Franz combined for 12 of 13 from the line. You'll take that every day. Also adds 6 boards, 5 assists, only 2 turnovers, and 24 points. So those two combine for 40 points, only 2 turnovers, and 12 of 13 from the line in just a combined 55 minutes. That's terrific. Love to see that from those guys. Wendell, 11 points, 8 boards. Thought he's pretty good. I loved his celebration after he hit that 3 in the 4th. It was just like, finally. Then we have Gary Harris, which I saw several of you talking about his stat line. It's kind of funny. Yeah, it's not a great stat line. He was also a plus 29. I thought defensively was great. So a little bit of a weird one for Gary, but I won't hold it against him. Gary's such an important part of this team and will be, especially in the playoffs. His veteran leadership in the playoffs is poised. It's going to be huge. Jalen Suggs was on one from the opening tip. Literally the first possession of the game, drives, gets the dunk, ends up with 19 points, 7 of 13 from the field, 3 of 6 from 3, 2 of 2 from the line, 3 boards, 5 assists, 2 steals, a block, only 1 turnover. Are you kidding me, Jalen? Then you have Markelle off the bench, ends up with 17 and 6 rebounds on a very efficient 8 of 12 from the field and 1 of 1 from 3 with no turnovers in 23 minutes. That's awesome. Joe Ingles tonight, 9 points, 3 boards, 3 of 4 from 3, including a really big one in the 4th. He did have those 4 turnovers, and a couple of those I thought were really bad. Hate to see that. And he did have that tech, which we talked about earlier, which it's fun, it's entertaining, but you can't have it in a game like this. Mo Wagner ends up with 8 points tonight, 4 boards. Not his best shooting night. Cole as well. Didn't shoot the ball super well. Ends up with 6 points and 2 boards. J.I. did not score in less than 5 minutes. And then A.B., Chuma, Jet, Admiral, Goga all came in quote-unquote garbage time. And Jet did go 1 of 1 from 3. Beautiful. Yeah. Steven says, no, Gary, hey, everyone. His performance doesn't always show up on the stat sheet, but he is key to our success. 100%. 100. Do you believe in? says, let's see that pretty spreadsheet, producer Kevin. Hey, ask and you shall receive. We'll do that in just a quick second. First, let's look at some of these team stats here. Points in the paint, Magic at 48. 14 fast break points for the Magic. Also had a biggest lead of 21. They led wire to wire, 43 bench points for this team. A lot of that thanks to Markelle Fultz. Only 11 turnovers for the Magic compared to 21 for Chicago, a team that does not turn the ball over very much. You get 28 points off of those turnovers. That is just sensational. Looking at here, the shooting stats. I know we've talked a little bit already about the free throws. The Bulls shot 50% from the field. They go 38 of 75. Wow. But they go 6 of 20 from 3. Magic went 42 of 90 from the field for 46% and 32% from 3. Not great, but the difference, again, being the Magic took 15 more shots. Why? They had 2 more offensive rebounds and 11 fewer turnovers. Crazy. And as we mentioned, they go 18 of 19 from the free throw line. Just huge. Huge for this team, 94%. Again, mentioned 10 offensive rebounds, 24 assists on 42 field goals, which is, that's fine. But yeah, credit to this team. I mean, they were really, really good. Let's do the scores first. I'm gonna show the scores from around the league because I do want to check on the Bucks-Knicks game that's going on right now and the Spurs-Sixers game that's going on right now. Wow, Knicks-Bucks, a 3-point game. Knicks have the lead. Holy smokes. Okay, that's a really, really tricky one for Magic fans because at this point, oh gosh. Going back to the standings, you have a half-game lead on New York. Oh, man. I don't want to say I'm rooting for New York, but if New York wins, I won't be super upset. I don't know. You could convince me either way, guys. I don't know who I want to win that game. Because if the Knicks win, you are 1 game back of the 2 seed. 1 game back. That's crazy. If the Bucks win, you now get a whole game lead plus the tiebreaker on the Knicks. I don't know. Maybe I think I might. After I say that out loud, it might be Milwaukee I'm rooting for here because you do play Milwaukee twice. Man, if Milwaukee wins that game, you get a whole game lead on the Knicks plus the tiebreaker. So it's basically a 2-game lead on the Knicks. That's huge. Yeah, I changed that. I'm rooting for Milwaukee here. But if you're rooting for New York, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. That's a huge game in the standings. And then this one right here, fourth quarter tipping off. Spurs lead the Sixers by 7. That would be really, really big for the Magic, number 4, the Magic. And obviously, the Magic do play the Sixers in the next to last game of the season. All right, so our current standings, we've gone over this already, but we'll keep an eye on it, obviously, as the other games are still going on. As for the spreadsheet, here it is. Let's take a look, guys. Obviously, some games that are currently going on. We already mentioned the Spurs, Sixers, and the Knicks, Bucks are going on. Oh, goodness. Looking ahead, though, obviously no games tomorrow night. Typical custom in the NBA not to have any games on the same night as the NCAA Men's National Championship, which, by the way, the Women's National Championship, the whole women's tournament, record-breaking in every fashion, thanks in most part to Caitlin Clark. But as a whole, it's been a really entertaining tournament. South Carolina winning the national championship today over Caitlin Clark and the Iowa Hawkeyes, which was very entertaining. Anyway, got very sidetracked there. Tuesday night, the NBA reconvenes. Magic at Rockets. Heat at Hawks. Sixers, Pistons. Woof. Pacers at Raptors. Woof. Knicks at Bulls. Bucks, Celtics. Interesting night there. Rockets playing some great basketball. They choked today, though. The Mavericks, I believe it was Dante Exum, hit a 3 as time expired to send that game to overtime, which the Mavericks crumbled in. But regardless, the Rockets playing much better basketball now than when we saw them at the very beginning of the season. Literally opening night, we played the Rockets. That's kind of crazy. Played them opening night and the next to last game of the season. Hawks, you never know what Hawks team's going to show up there. But it'd be awesome if the Hawks could beat the Heat that night. Sixers, Pistons, good luck. Pacers, Raptors, good luck. Knicks, Bulls, I don't know. Bulls are still playing for something. That's a big game for Chicago. It'd be really, really cool if the Bulls could pull that off. And then Celtics, Bucks, the Celtics are falling apart. They might get this win tonight, but, I mean, they lost to Memphis, Washington, and Toronto in 3 straight games just a couple days ago. It's crazy. Crazy to think about. So let's have a little bit of exercise here. Let's do a little bit of exercise. Let's say I'm going to give I'm gonna say the Sixers are gonna, let's say the Sixers pull this game out tonight against the Spurs. Let's just say they do it. Let's say who should we say wins tonight? Let's say the Bucks. No, I'm gonna make it spicy. Let's say the Knicks beat the Bucks tonight. Okay, let's just say that. These games that are final, I can't make them the right color. Okay, it'll mess up my algorithm. All right, let's say the Magic split this 2-game series here. Rockets Bucks. Let's say we beat the Rockets. Oh gosh, I broke it. Let's say we beat the Rockets and lose to the Bucks here. And then let's just I'm going to be conservative here. I believe this is wrong one. I believe this is conservative. Let's say the Magic go 2-2 over their final 4 games here. Let's say this is what happens. Let's say the Heat, beat the Hawks and the Raptors. I definitely expect them to beat the Raptors. And then let's say they lose to the Mavericks. Let's say the Sixers, let's say they win all. Oh gosh, that's getting dicey here. If they win all their games, let's say the Pacers do this. They win those 2 and they lose to the Cavs, which is wishful thinking, I think, in a lot of ways. Let's say the Knicks do this, which I think they will. I think they'll do this. And let's say they lose to the Bulls. Now with the Cavs, I'm going to say, let's do this. Let's say they go 3-0 here. This is like, wrong one. This is like worst case scenario, I feel like right now here. Let's say that the Bucks lose these games and they what did I say? I said they beat the Magic and then lose to the Magic. Okay. I think that all adds up. Let's see what this looks like here. Because some of that is pretty worst case scenario there. Like I've got the Sixers winning out. I've got the Knicks almost winning out. I've got the Cavs winning out. Let's see what ends up here with the standings. Because I'm curious. Okay, if this happens, that means, wow, okay. So that puts the Magic as the 5 seed. If this happens, Magic go 2-2. That puts us as the 5 seed. Knicks, Cavs are 3-4. Oh, wait. Bucks would be 48 wins. Oh, my gosh. Is that right? If they lose tonight, yeah, that's true. If they lose tonight, that'll be 48 wins. Wow. That might have been, I don't know. That feels a little bit unreasonable. I doubt the Bucks go 1-4 in their last little bit here. Regardless, let's say it ends like this. And this is like worst case scenario, I feel like a lot of ways. It would be like 2 seed Knicks, 3 seed Cavs, 4 seed would be the Magic because the Bucks would not be division winners there because the Cavs would be. Look at this. Isn't that crazy? That's wild. 5 seed. That's crazy. A 4-5 matchup with the Bucks. 6 seed Pacers, and then you have, or maybe the Sixers, depending on that tiebreaker. This is what's possible, guys. This is what's so crazy. This last week, something like this is possible. While we're sitting in the 3 seed right now, feeling great, something like this is possible. Isn't that wild? It's so crazy. So crazy to think about. Yeah, something's not adding up here. There's a couple losses that don't work out. But regardless, let's just say this. I'm just showing you this is what's possible. That's how crazy. Yeah, a couple of them don't add up to 82. I don't know what happened there. It's hard with so many games remaining. I got to go back there, and once the fewer games that remain, the easier this becomes. Regardless, that's still something that's possible, though. It's still possible for something like that to happen, which is why every single one of these games is so dang important. So dang important. Isn't that crazy? Oh gosh, I'm just still like basking in this. This is amazing. Amazing. Yeah, Major asked this, would you rather have the Bucks or Knicks to win? I think I'd rather Milwaukee win. Oh my gosh. By the way, the Knicks are now up 10. Holy smokes. That's insane. 9 minutes to go. Knicks are up 10. Bucks are choking. Spurs are up 8 on the Sixers as well. Oh man. I'm going to have to get off here in a little bit and watch the end of that game. Yeah, that's crazy. Okay. Stephen Long says, rebounding the Bulls tonight was huge after them dominating the Knicks last game. Yeah, that's big time. Big time. Michael says, imagine how sick we'd be right now if we drafted Jabari Smith Jr. over Paolo. Facts. Facts. Clement says, second seed is dangerous. Can be the Heat or the Sixers. 100%, man. Second seed is no joke. No joke. Very, very dangerous, those two teams, which is why I feel like if we could get the 3 seed, that'd be awesome. But, I mean, a 2 seed would feel really special, too. Being the second best team in the East would be an amazing accomplishment. Amazing. Michael says 2 seed and bring on the Heat. Imagine. That'd be insane. Insane. I Love Paolo says, you know what's going on with J.I.? Yes, Jonathan Isaac had back spasms on Friday, played the first half today, and at halftime was ruled out the rest of the game because of a sore back. Quentin says 2 seed, careful what you wish for. I know. That's why I changed what I said. I want the Bucks to win tonight. I Love Paolo's trying to redo the Knicks theme song. Go Orlando. What? Go Orlando. Go Orlando. I don't know. It doesn't work. Nice try. I appreciate it. It doesn't work. Oh, man, guys. One more time. We're just going to end the night looking at the standings because why not? Why not just bask in this? We'll see how long this lasts. Like I said, it's going to change every night coming up here in the last several days. But we'll know. 1 week from tonight, we will know not just the outcome of the season. We will have a pretty good idea, more than likely, of who we're going to play, unless we're the 2 seed, obviously. We'll have to wait and see. But I think that's going to do it for us, folks. Hard to believe we're here. The last week of Magic basketball is upon us, which is crazy. It's crazy to think about. Regular season Magic basketball. There will be postseason basketball, and I'm excited for it. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight, guys. Again, Jonathan, Luke, recording the Six Man Show right now. You're not going to want to miss their reactions to this game, to this weekend, and to the week ahead. A huge week of Magic basketball. I can't wait for it. We'll be back here on Tuesday night for our game in Houston. Until then, have a great start of the week, everybody. And of course, let's go Magic.